What is going on? You are listening to Tags Podcast, aka Talk About Gay Sex Podcast. This is episode 665. I am your host, Stevie B, alongside Cody Maurice Doggett. How the hell you doing, Cody?
Hello, darling. I'm doing wonderful. It's lovely. Actually, it's pretty horrible here right now. It's rainy and disgusting, but I'm happy to be with you guys.
Absolutely, and welcome back. So happy to join us, Teddy Alexis. How you doing, Teddy?
Hi, ladies. I'm good. It's 80 degrees here for the first time in 6
You know
months.
what?
Oh my God. I know. Yeah, it's not a great day here, but we are pre-recording this, as of course this drops on Tuesday, but I am headed to Africa. And it's a good time to tell everybody to head over to our Tags Patreon community, where I'll be posting exclusive behind the scenes of my entire safari trip in Zambia and South Africa. And so if you want to see those pics, grab a free tier. If you feel generous, grab a tier and support Tags Podcast. We really appreciate it. You can go to patreon.com/Tags Podcast. And I'm excited for my adventure, which is all coming together. And yeah, I got all my booster shots. I'm all shotted up, guys. So I'm ready to go. Yeah.
I'm excited for you. I can't wait to hear all the adventures you get into in Africa.
Africa, yeah, exactly. So, we got a new pope, Pope Leo the 14th, formerly known as Robert Francis Prevost, was elected the 267th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church just the other day. And I don't know, I'm feeling very optimistic about this choice. As we know, Pope Francis that we lost actually endorsed this particular pope, and it was on his top pick, which I think is pretty promising. And I just think the way he opened up at the very beginning, he seemed like he had such a kind face, and he wanted peace for all is some of the first things that he said. But some people have drummed up a couple of statements from his past. His more recent past, he's actually come after the vice president, J.D. Vance, which I think is pretty great. And he's also standing in line to really, he's doesn't like what he sees, as including the last pope, about immigration. And, he is also a resident of Peru, where he was a missionary and spent much time over there with the people. So I think he's challenging that. On the con side of everything, in 2012, he did make a statement that maybe wouldn't sound so promising to our LGBTQ plus community and same-sex relations, quoting a scripture that basically stated that. But that was back in 2012, so who knows? Hopefully he will take note from the last pope, and we'll hear more. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I got a good feeling out of it. Before we get on how you feel, there was a video clip at the Vatican of two men kissing at the Vatican as the new pope was announced. It went viral. So many people were excited. Of course, there were some naysayers in there too, but I just loved that, and I hope it's a good sign. Let's just start with you, Teddy. What are your thoughts with this? Are you first a Catholic, and what do you think about the new pope?
I'm a fallen Catholic.
Okay, yeah, me too. Yeah.
So I was raised within the church, so I've done almost all of the sacraments. I was really sick, so I got the holy oils one time too.
Oh wow!
So
that happened to me.
Yeah. So, but sadly, I'm not that excited.
Okay.
Pope Leo 14. Literally this morning, the New York Times was doing an expose on his anti-LGBT kind of comments in the past. So it seems like a step back. I was more excited about the Cardinal Luis, the Filipino candidate that was like a very strong front runner. So I'm just cautious, and these things sometimes are more performatic than anything else. So We just have to keep doing the work that we're doing, regardless of what the papacy looks like. So we'll see what Leo's gonna do to the pop culture and all those things. What do you all think?
Yeah, Cody, what are your thoughts on the Pope Leo the 14th?
Yeah, I'm with Teddy. I am hesitant, but I'm optimistic. I think that, anytime a new pope comes into office, I don't know if it's an office, I don't know. But whenever they rise to power or whatever, you know what, I'm messing all this up. I'm used to like presidents and things like that. So
But
I
you're
don't
you're
know.
right though, because the Pope figure was a political figure
Yeah.
back in the day, and it was the
You know
king
so
who was the
much.
Pope. So yeah,
You know so much about the papacy. That is so wonderful, Teddy. Are you
sure.
sure you're a fallen Catholic?
Girl,
Right.
I'm falling, but I'm still watching.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am not watching because you know what? I
Yeah.
feel like part of me doesn't think that the Catholic Church uh, should rule how I feel about my life or the
Hmm.
LGBTQ plus community. So that's why I'm probably not paying as much attention. It's important, of course, because it does affect the world and it affects a lot of people's viewpoints on LGBTQ plus people. So I am optimistic for him to come out and be aligned with what Pope Francis was doing. But, at the end of the day, he is not going to make or break the LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah, on the other hand, I remain very optimistic, and like I said at the front, I really just got a great feeling for this one, and somehow in the last Pope Francis Pope, I loved a lot of the what he had to. I just liked him, and he wasn't perfect, but I really feel like it was going in the right direction. And it's somehow since his passing and this whole conclave and the announcing of Pope Leo, also as well, Diego is a devout Catholic, and somehow I've gotten more into this, like because I'm
Hmm.
was somewhat of a fallen Catholic myself, but I'll never forget what Lincoln, our other co-host, said on a recent podcast. He says, I don't really believe in that fallen term, or I'm a former, or a reformed Catholic, because you're always a Catholic if that's how you grew up, and whether or not you choose to acknowledge it, it's within you. And I that resonated with me too. So I'm really excited, and I got a really great feeling with him. And I don't know, I feel like I want to know more, and I want to, I will also not be naive and turn the other way if I see things, but I just have a really good feeling because it was the elected official of somebody that Pope Francis really wanted. And he's also an American, which is the first, and
Hmm.
which is interesting at a time when America is not the most favorite place right now. But he speaks three languages. I'm very excited.
For
Yeah.
for me, the fact that he's American only provides more fuel to the fire for me as far as JD Vance going over there. And it's like something out of literally a movie.
Hmm.
Like you send the vice president to kill the current pope or whatever, and then a new American pope rises to power. I'm like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
they
The
could
only
have written
thing
this.
the only thing I would say, well, maybe to add to your movie storyline, is that this Pope Leo has recently called out JD Vance for
Yeah.
comments that he did not agree with at all. And they also do not, Pope Leo falls in line with Pope Francis in all the things that is going on with immigration. So
Hmm.
that they do
Yeah.
not like this. So it
Just
might not have worked.
my
Yeah,
brain.
it would make for the movie all of these plot twists even more interesting of a movie. So yeah, maybe get pen to paper, Cody.
There we go.
Well, we all heard recently that the Supreme
Oh, it
Court.
could be called Fallen Catholic too. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Oh, there you
interrupt,
go.
but there we
Okay,
go. We got a
Oh
title.
my
come
god.
on now, Teddy. You're a writer. Let's get on this.
Let's
This
get it.
movie, I do not want to write.
Well, you just got.
If JD Vance is one of the characters, I'm not writing it.
I know, right? Exactly.
There it is.
Um, So we all know, sadly, that the Supreme Court heard the case on trans serving in the military. They could no longer serve in the military, and why that was such a big deal to get them out. And Pete Hegseth actually said just the other day, no more dudes in dresses. We're done with that shit, and ordered them by early July that they must basically, no longer be able to serve. This is crazy. I think the percentage of trans people that are serving is so small. I don't understand this, but when you hear this, Teddy, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's ridiculous because I was just listening to a documentary where all of our numbers are down for recruitment in the military. So if we're gonna be trifling in the world and not have also a weak army, air force, and all of the armed forces, then
Yeah.
what are we doing? We're not literally, we're not in position of turning people back. There's a big expose of like the recruits. They had to scale back and really have to train them because there's some PT stuff that you have to get through as somebody that actually did ROTC for 5 years. So
Wow.
I know this stuff. um they had to lower the standards to let people in because people were not meeting the standards, and the few people that were signing up, and now you're gonna turn away people because the fact that they're trans. Fuck off, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, Cody, it's a long wave that is really trying to erase trans people. There's only two genders. We heard that at the beginning of the first 100 days by Trump. The U.S. government no longer apparently is going to be monitoring violent crimes against trans people because, of
Mhm.
course, there is no trans people. So we're just basically little by little erasing them, but yet they're here. What do you say to all this?
Yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous. I totally agree with Teddy. I think that at this point in the United States, I don't think that a lot of people are lining up to go to the military. So I feel like they should be open to this, but this is just like a continuation of don't ask, don't tell, if you ask me. So I think that they should probably take another look at this. I don't think they will, but it's something that should not be happening in this day and age in 2025. Haven't we learned from our mistakes, the past things that we went through? And yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous to me because you know what? A lot of those trans people that want to go to the military, they could probably outperform a lot of the people that are actually there and uh, got kind of roped into going into the military. So yeah, I don't see the point in it.
Yeah, you don't go into the military if you don't really want to these days. I mean, so it's like you're probably there, you're probably qualified, and it's sad too because I've read some stories where there's, like I said, many of the trans men that I've read really want to be there, and they're really good at what they do, and they want to serve our country, and to really now they're going to have to just get out of it. It's awful, I think, in so many ways for them and for their serving. So I don't know, it's not a good thing. Moving over to San Francisco has seen a slight uptick in HIV cases as advocates fear funding cuts, and there's been new HIV diagnoses that saw an uptick in San Francisco in 2024 and rose by about 1,000 cases nationwide in 2023. And this is according to surveillance reports from the San Francisco Department of Public Health and the Center for Disease Control. Many are fearing cuts to public health because of the administration. The Supreme Court heard a whole case on whether or not healthcare should be providing free things like PrEP, which, of course, as we all know, saves many of us from getting HIV. And if we had to pay for it, we all know that many people could not afford it. I know I couldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And with so it's crazy too because many of this is affecting the Latino community completely. Their Latinos account for the largest share of new cases in 2024. The three of us are Latino, followed by Black people at 28% and white people at 26%. Teddy, when you hear these numbers, that even while it is readily available, things like PrEP, but we're still seeing an uptick in recent numbers.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? And then with the looming threat that maybe we won't even have this protection, what do you say?
Yeah, and I've noticed. So I get my services through the LGBT Center. Just
Oh
that's
yeah, in LA,
in
it's
LA.
amazing. It's the best, I believe, center in the world.
Yeah, and it you could feel the shift in approach. Like everybody is nervous about like all these cuts and things. And any small change to these approaches, marketing, has a big impact, specifically for underserved communities like the Black and the Latino community, specifically within the LGBT intersectionality, because we don't have access to, the very good insurance that will cover your PrEP. So all of those things, as you can see, if there's a slight change, because they're already cutting services like left and right, um, we see the uptake immediately in the numbers. You
Yeah.
see, because then that person literally within, and how this, we've talked about it in the podcast many times, how the circle works, that once you're out of your medication, it only takes like a week or so for you to be completely exposed again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even
You
if you
know?
miss a day, your
Yeah.
percentage goes down
So
98% and so forth.
exactly. So that's what I'm saying, is that just this little shipping that they're doing is already having a big impact. I cannot even, like, what I'm nervous about is like when we're 2 years out or 3 years out and
Yeah.
4 years out, what is going to be, because we know we've even deal with our own pandemics, right? We were going to COVID, and then monkeypox was also fucking us on the side because we needed more viruses.
The worst three-way ever.
Yeah, worst three-way ever.
Yeah.
So those things are things that are might not mean anything to other people, but within our communities, it's just really dangerous, and we're gonna see more and more of that, sadly, coming
And
up.
it's so sure, the fact that the Supreme Court is hearing this, Cody, it's so short. They're actually considering that it's gotten that far. But we all know that if an uptick is already happening, if we did lose things like PrEP coverage for free, what's the alternative? The alternative is HIV. And we all saw what happened in the 80s and 90s
Yep.
on hospitals being overtaken by people, and that cost would be way greater than providing a pill that could actually bring us back to that time frame.
Oh yeah, it's just unfathomable. I don't understand what these people are thinking. This is not making America great again. It's making it more dangerous. It's making it
And
more,
backwards.
yeah. It's just making it more sick. Basically, I would like for everybody to be healthy and do the things that they can do in order to maintain their health. And this is not aligned with what makes America great. So I feel like they should be reevaluating this, but I don't even know what they're thinking. And it's hard for me to put myself in their shoes or their situation, because it just is backwards. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand why people don't believe in science anymore.
Absolutely. Yeah, we will keep monitoring this because, of course, it affects us all. Well, we reported recently that Out Loud, the music festival for Weho Pride in your neck of the woods, Teddy,
Mhm.
has some really great artists lined up, headlined by Lizzo and then Kim Petras, Horse Meat Disco, The Knox. I really love them, are performing. Frankie Grande, I mean, Alyssa Edwards, it's on and on. Remy Wolf, Honey Dijon, Paris Hilton, even.
Damn.
Some great lineups. One that won't be performing, sadly, who was scheduled to be on the ticket, was Lil Nas X. And
Oh,
Cody, you were talking on a recent episode about Lil Nas X saying that he was joking about it, but he was in the hospital where half of his face was paralyzed, one of his eyes
Yeah.
was drooping, and the next day he was out of the hospital. He was roller skating and acting like it wasn't that big of a deal, but he never claimed what it was. But many speculated that it could be Bell's palsy, and that is I've known different people that have had that throughout the years, including my aunt at one time. But you can just wake up one morning and half of your face is frozen, and typically it does go away. I have a friend that one eye, just for still to this day, years and years later, just a slight dip, but no one ever knows what causes this. He claimed that he was fine, but he's actually pulled out of this because he has to take care of his health, his words, and he's not. After my recent hospital visit, he said, like, I must prioritize my health and getting back to 100%. And I don't know, it seems like maybe a little more serious, Cody, than what we thought.
Yeah. I guess maybe he was trying to let on that it wasn't as serious right afterwards, so people didn't worry. But this is very concerning. Also, him not being, it kind of explains why he wasn't at the Met Gala, because I was looking for him. So, yeah, I'm glad he's taking care of his health. What were you going to say?
I think you're right. Yeah, a lot of people were wondering why he wasn't there. This would have been he's been at the last. He's slayed the red carpet at the Met Gala. He was missed too because, of course, he would have been a great dandy at this.
He would have been a fantastic dandy.
So things must be pretty.
He would have ate.
Yeah, I'm curious, Teddy, what are your thoughts on this? But also, will you be attending the festivities for Weho Pride?
Sure. There's so many.
Yeah.
I always I do the more light ones. You probably would not cut me dead going to see Lizzo. Light. Yeah. But you know,
to go see Lizzo? What? Why not?
Because it's gonna be really packed. No, because of Lizzo. Oh. Let me clarify. I love Lizzo.
I was like, ooh, Teddy got beat with Lizzo.
No, because she's the headliner. The headliner. But like I always stop by, like have a drink, have a good time. I feel bad for him. He I feel like he's going through a lot, and like, you know, Bell's palsy is also triggered by stress, which
okay.
And one of my best friends has it, and literally it started the day before her show opened. She literally couldn't move her face. The good thing is that it goes away if it's that, and if it's already out, that means that it wasn't a stroke. So the prognosis doesn't seem as bad as the symptoms, because the symptoms are severe, but Bell's palsy does go away most of the time.
Got it. Yeah, so good.
It's a kind of a mess that we didn't see him at the Met Gala. Well, you know, maybe next year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we wish him well. He will be missed at Weho Pride, but sending him positive thoughts and to get better quicker. I put a link in our little conversation that it is a gay college athlete who, he's a former college athlete, Andy Hall, has an activewear fashion line that signals inclusion in the gym. And he was big in the track and fields when he was in college. And he was really just thinking of a way to kind of get back. His line is really meant to bring positivity in for being LGBTQ into the gym. So as a gay athlete, he built a fashion line that speaks volumes. As a former college athlete at Kenyon College, he competed in the NCAA Division III Hall, ran in various sprints. Now he has, as a gay man, he's using his platform to elevate the support of gay, bi, and trans people with his apparel line, Andy, and he uses the symbol NDY, which is kind of cool. It's the goal is to empower gay and LGBTQ people in the community who are being active and elevate their visibility in the active space. And it came when he shared with his friends the idea of being able to see in the gym who's gay, or at least gay friendly. And it features subtle rainbows, form-fitting clothes, and kind of just like the right amount. Hall's husband and entrepreneur himself suggested Hall take the leap, and I saw some pictures of them together. They're very adorable, the two of them. And I don't know, I think this is really a positive thing, Cody, because you would know who's gay in the gym, and that's always a big thing too. And it's subtle; it's not screaming, but I think visibility like that. I know I was walking around all day yesterday, running some last minute errands before my trip, and I had our Tags podcast tee on, which has the flag built into it. And I tell you, from the lesbian who helped me at the Vans store, who said, "Oh, what's that podcast?" And I said, "Oh, it's my podcast." And I told her all about it. She told me about a new podcast about trans men that's really good. Her friends are running it. I got some looks, and people like at the next table at dinner were looking over a lot. I'm pretty sure they were listeners. One of them was. And I don't know. I think I'm going to start wearing this more. What do you think about his line?
No, it's super adorable. He's adorable. His husband's adorable. He's got a fat little booty on him, and it's just this is amazing. I think they live in Philadelphia, and I think no, never mind. I'm not going to say that. I think I've seen them somewhere before. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. Inquiring minds.
I can't confirm or deny. Let's just. I'm not quite sure, but I've seen this brand before, and it's bringing back some memories about some things. But anywho, yeah, this is amazing. I think that that it's very beneficial and very helpful to be able to identify who is gay and gay friendly anywhere, especially in the gym, because you never know what can happen in the gym. So I think this is great. And I think he's got a good business plan and model in going for him. So good for him.
I agree. I want to get a pair of those shorts. I think they're really
Which
cool.
ones?
Cute. The ones that have the built-in, it looks like a built-in biker short, and it's kind of rainbow, and then it's short on top. I think those are really cute. Teddy, what are your thoughts? Because people put it on Sniffies, and they're we did not like. What do you think about these?
I don't like them.
It's a no.
They're so basic. I literally have better stuff from Target.
What do you want them to be?
I just want them to be more colorful.
Like, you want to go?
Is it too subtle for you?
They're too basic. They're too basic. I think it's cute. Everything is too basic. Like even like the brief is literally like, how is this just like this just looks like a Fruit of the Loom one? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
But I like the idea. Great concept. Maybe the designs will be a little better. I do like the little rainbow on the side. That one I really like in terms of design. But like the build of it is too basic for my liking. As somebody that actually enjoys a lot of activewear, like I wouldn't buy any of these stuff. But I like the concept.
I like that. Yeah, I think we can all agree we love the concept. It's two yeses that we'll wear perhaps, and one
Did I become Jeremy today?
Yeah, you became Jeremy. Yeah, exactly. You did. You totally did. Okay, I put another link in for you guys to go over, because apparently there's a twink that everybody seems to want to follow. He's only 19, but there's just one catch. He's an AI twink, and he's apparently tricked over 75,000 gay men who are thirsting after him. He's French. He goes by at Leo.boy 2005. I'm not sure that would make him 19. Would that? Maybe.
What is the year?
2005.
Yeah.
That would make him okay. Yeah, that's way. I remember 2005 vividly, so it's just so funny. But it's still yet out whether or not people know. But if you scroll around, he is pretty adorable, especially if you're into twinks. He's running around with his shirt everywhere in Paris. He has a big burger in front of him. In another shot, he's in front of the Eiffel Tower. He looks real to me. No, is this? A lot of people were not for this in the comments when they found out about that. Oh, he's AI. This is awful. Why are we following him? Why are we endorsing this? But is it really that much different, Teddy, than porn? I mean, porn actors are real, but we follow them. Most of us will never meet these porn actors that we idolize and that we watch all the time.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, is it any time? Okay. Is it any
I don't know. This is kind of interesting because, AI is supposed to be still within what we call the uncanny valley. Do we know what that is? Which is
No.
where things are trying to look real, but because they're not fully real, there's some effect of like weirdness. And like some animation, you will see something and you will have like a weird reaction to it.
Oh.
That's supposed to be something that is AI is still within, but apparently not, because this kid, and I'm not into twinks, he looks real in
I
all the
know, right.
pictures. I wouldn't say like that's not real. You know what I mean? I'm not into him. Like I don't really find him, like he just looks like a kid to me. Look, I don't find him
Exactly.
sexy or anything like that. And like all of the pictures, he has the little same face. I guess people are into that. I don't know. Like he's like in front of a burger, he looks the same. He's in front of the beach, the same. Like these, all of these things have the same reaction, or no reaction. Um, and I don't think it's the same as porn. It's just I don't know. I don't follow people that way. I follow people that have content, that send me memes, things like that. Interaction.
Yeah, he doesn't really do it for me either. Here's one thing though, um, Cody, is that it actually says if you go to his page, there's a link in his bio, or actually a notice disclaimer that says some of the content, not all, on this page may be enhanced or creatively generated using digital tools for an improved visual
Can I
experience.
point something out though?
Yes.
Go ahead.
This kid's name is Leo, the same as the new pope.
I thought that too. Originally, when I saw this, I was like,
wow.
wow, I know. That came into my mind as well.
Can you imagine if this is actually Pope Leo's profile?
Oh my god. It always
my
comes
God.
back.
Catfishing.
Yeah.
Catfishing. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. No. Yeah, this is wild to me. This is not something, it's not, it doesn't seem ethical to me. It seems like making this profile and having this not real boy be here and sexualized. I don't know. It just feels weird and wrong to me. I don't know how or why, but I think that AI is going too far. These AI
It
boyfriends,
is.
we're not going to be talking to each other anymore.
But
We're
look,
not.
look. Let me. Sorry to interrupt you, but he's supposed to be from France, right? So
Right.
the profile pic is him in front of the Eiffel Tower with a beret and French baguettes in the
Wait, what are you?
backpack.
Which
Come
one are you
on,
looking at?
come
Which one are
on.
you looking at?
It's
I'm on his Instagram right now.
it's no, it's on the article. So if you go
Oh,
to the middle of the article,
oh, yeah.
um,
I
oh,
was
it
on
is.
his Instagram profile, and
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
like got his hand behind his head, and this is just look. The difference between this and porn is there's actually a connection between those two people.
yeah.
Yes, they might not be straight. They may be doing this for various reasons, but at the end of the day, they are real. They are palpable. I could go out in the street and perhaps see them on the street. This is, you'll never see this boy. Uh, but then again, now that I'm thinking about things, I have watched cartoon porn, so maybe it's like cartoon
There
porn.
you go. Yeah. I mean,
Wait,
This is
hold on. What cartoons have you watched?
a girl. There's like, first of all, Goblin Cave, which is just
What?
absolutely a classic. I'll send it to you. It's a I've watched so much. House of Moorcock. I've watched. There's like a really good
Oh,
Scooby
so
Doo
it's not
one.
actual cartoons from like Disney that are having sex. Are like
Well,
things.
there's that too. I could send you some. I could send you a lot of stuff. Tarzan King. I
No,
could
but
send you.
I just need one
I
or two
really like
links. I don't
cartoon
need a
porn.
whole library.
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
it's
Send
what I
him
got on my computer. I could just send you my.
Send your top 3 picks
Please.
over to Teddy, and yeah, maybe while you're at it, send them over to me, and we'll post them on our Patreon community, or the links at least,
Sure.
and people
Okay,
can
I
check it
got
out.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not mad at this. I think social media in general is fabricated lives anyway half the time. So if you have this one follow, I'm not particularly into this. I'm not into twinks like that. But I think if you know ahead of time, they did put the disclaimer on there. If it's one more fantasy thing that you just want to be scrolling through, I don't see any harm in it. You know, kudos to the person who created this, of this Leo twink running all over Paris with his shirt off at
You,
19 years old. I mean, it's just a fantasy, I guess. If you can just remember that and take it with a grain of salt, it can be fun.
Sure.
Yeah, I hear you, but it just feels like catfishing to me, and I think that that's what the feeling that I'm feeling is.
It should definitely have like a warning.
A disclaimer.
Yeah,
saying
no, and I said it does. And,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, so it
But it
definitely
still
says
feels-
that.
Yeah, it still feels a little bit weird and wrong.
But
me.
where is it though? Because I'm on the profile, I don't see it. I saw it on the article.
Yeah, I haven't gone to his
Like
page.
it has to be something more clear.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It should be prominent on there.
But this
And
guy has
also-
even a second Instagram. That's crazy.
I know,
They
right? I
might
just
have
saw
to
that
put
too.
it somewhere. I know when I post things now just for the show, you have to say in a lot of social media, whether it's if there's any AI, and you have to on YouTube, you have to click that, and if there isn't, you can get in trouble. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Also,
we'll
kind of
see.
breaking this down just a little bit more.
More, sure.
This person is this fake person is based on real people too, so that feels a little bit disingenuous to me as well, because AI takes images from real
From
people.
copyrighted material. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That's what the
So-
argument is. That
So
yeah.
that's just another layer for me. So
Mhm.
I'm not for this.
I'll post this on our Patreon page, and we want to hear from you. Let us know how you weigh in on this. Would you be here for this, or is it a hard no? We love giving advice on this show, and today is no different than any other. And this one comes from Reddit, asking the question, are gay men trapped in their own fantasies? Something I've learned, they wrote, in the 20 plus years I've been out, is that so many gay men build this image in their head of the perfect man. Okay, we were just talking about that. And no one else will do. And as a result, they never end up in a happy relationship. Instead, they date one handsome douchebag after another. And when it all goes south, cry to their female bestie over ice cream and vodka about how men ain't shit. A lot of people are surprised that my fiance is short, white, I'm black, and on the thicker side, as if they wouldn't expect me to be into a guy like him. I always have to explain that my only absolute deal breakers when dating are closet cases, Republicans, and hard drug users. Beyond that, there are plenty of things I prefer, but good chemistry can make up for a lot. And in retrospect, there are several guys from my past that I regret letting go because I let perfect be the enemy of good. Is this something anyone else has picked up on? I mean, he brings up some good points here, that if you're always searching for that perfect ideal man, that are you potentially turning away some good ones, Teddy?
I don't know. I feel like when it comes to dating, we're always predetermining everything, like what we want. And I feel like when I date, I want to present what I can give, which is a
Oh,
totally different approach.
perspective.
And it's been really great for me, because if you're always trying to get what you want, you'll never get it, because nobody has everything you want. But what you can control is what you give. And I can definitely tell a person, hey, I'm loyal, hey, I'm affectionate, hey, I'm all of this, I have all this time. Does that make sense? Does that even answer what you're
Yeah.
asking?
Well, I think it's great because it offers a different perspective to listeners and many out there looking. It's maybe reframe it when you start going out there. What do you have to offer, and focus on yourself? And hopefully others will do the same too. They'll focus on their strengths that they can bring to the table too. I've been known throughout the years to not have a type per se. And that came with a lot of benefits too, because it opened up my possibilities of who I could actually be with. And I wasn't always I only like tall guys or beefy guys or older guys or younger twinks. I had a range, and I found that that's helped me in many ways but of course I like a lot of traits, and no one can have all of those. We aren't dating AI. Even if you did create your AI perfect person, you'd probably still find something you didn't like. So I don't know, Cody, does he have a point? Are gay men trapped by their own fantasies?
I think to a certain degree, because like you guys were saying, you're never going to find somebody that's going to tick every single box. You have to be realistic, and chemistry, like he said, goes a long way. And I feel like a lot of people don't really or want to take that into consideration because they're very caught up on the fantasy. Also, being interested and being in love, that's a lot of work and it's a choice. So I feel like if you are out there overlooking the guy that could probably go the distance with you in hopes of finding the guy that uh, is imaginary and is all up in your head. Basically, you're making him up like a little, like you said, like an AI boyfriend. Then you might be missing out on some opportunities there. So take stock of the person that you have here in front of you and see if you can actually go the long term for them with them. So yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that old saying, if they're too good looking, they might be too good to be true.
I don't believe that. I don't think there's any such thing as too good looking, especially, when I'm out there
When it comes to
dating.
you.
No, I mean, hello, goodbye. I was going to say that too. But no, I think that, like, as far as looks are concerned, I don't know. I don't think that that's something that is negotiable. If I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. But there's nobody out there that's too good looking for me to date.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll just never forget how I met Diego. We shared a common interest. It was the bar that we both go to, the New York Eagle. And like I said before, he was standing basically in the place I always stand in, around the corner in a bar, but the downstairs floor. And I don't know, that just, I was intrigued and wanted to know more and sidled up next to him, and we already had that in common. So I found that, and then I was like, oh, and now I'm attracted to him too. But it was really common interests too that I think are really important as well. So I don't know. I think he has a point here that we can maybe, if we not lowered our standards, but to your point, Teddy, what do you have to bring to the table, and not what can I get? It's such a good thing to kind of change the game a little bit.
I don't think lower your standards is the right thing, like you said.
Yeah.
I think open yourself up to other possibilities and not necessarily getting caught up on one a frame of mind and direction, basically.
Excellent.
Yeah, well, something that we're like dancing around is that also it could just be like problematic behavior that you're like extending to your dating, right? Like what you're saying is like I'm only into this certain type of people. Like,
Right.
is that racist or is that like
Oh, we
like
bringing that up?
you know what I mean?
I know we went
I
there.
mean, I'm just that we're
Let's
dancing
go
around
there.
it. Let's say it, right? Like, why is it that you're only into these little white twinks? You know what I mean?
Little AI Leo. Why are you
Yeah,
only into?
it's like it seems like there's like almost 100,000 people that only like little Leos. That's a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, and you know
Right.
what? So I'm back in the dating field, and I have noticed
Are
that
you?
not dating, the opposite of
Yeah.
dating.
Right.
But I've noticed that that is very prevalent out there, and it took me a second. I'm like, am I ugly? What
Which
is
is
going on
crazy
over
to me
here?
because I feel like you are out of the, like I know a lot of people, and out of all the people I know, I feel like you are such a like a god in how beautiful,
Oh
how
my goodness,
funny,
I wasn't even reaching for that.
just
Thank
like
you.
I feel like you should be like you had a line of people just like waiting to just have a shot at you. So it's
Yeah,
insane to me.
it's not working out that way, and I had to like find it in myself to be like, no, I'm actually attractive, and maybe
Sure.
that's part of it. That's like the confidence, because again, I've been out of practice with this for such a long time. So
Mhm.
for me, it's been a struggle to. I wouldn't say a struggle because I've gotten laid a lot, and let's just put it that way. But
Okay.
I find that more often than not, when I send my face picture, because it's on Sniffies and it's just my penis basically,
Mhm.
and when I send my face picture, it's like no, because
But you're
me, it
using
feels like,
sniffies, which is they want the dick
and
mostly. You
that's
know
why
what I
I get
mean?
laid a lot
Yeah.
because they've seen my dick and they know, and I put it down. You know what? Ask about me, check my references. But I feel like for the face boys out there, that once they see that I'm not white, basically, or not like a whiter looking Latino person, then that's it for them. And you know
Now we
what?
know that you have a light skinned dick.
You know what? It's like the same, almost. It's like a hair darker. It could be a big
Interesting.
fat Italian dick.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. We just got a lot. The good work, Teddy.
Yo, you see my investigating.
Yeah, excellent.
It's pretty comparable to my skin tone. It is.
Amazing. Good to
Steve,
know.
Too
you see my
funny.
dick? Shut up.
Me? No, I haven't.
No, Steve has.
Oh,
Steve
Oh
okay.
has.
yes, we've been to the naked beach. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
He's seen mine. So yeah.
Exactly.
Honey,
Yeah, yeah.
everybody has seen yours.
Oh, that's true. And you can too. We'll give those handles at the end of the show. All right, one
Yes.
last one. They wrote, excuse me, I am 34. Is it all right to hook up with a 22-year-old? I would just say yes immediately, but let me read a little bit more. Hooking
Sure.
up. I came to this new university to do, this is good for you, Teddy. I
Uh-oh.
came to this new university to do an advanced program. The university is in rural parts of India and they're at the end of the semester. I opened up my Grinder, and everyone here on the app near my hostel is in their 20s. I came to know about this fellow who will join the same program, but he's 22 and staying next to my building. He doesn't mind. Now I'm having these second thoughts. I think he is also having these second thoughts as well, because yesterday he flirted and teased me, then went blank for a while, again told me he was teasing, and the intent to know me as a peer first. I don't know what to do. I have to spend years here due to the study, and I will always find these young people. I don't entertain guys from bachelor's courses, but master's and PhD, I've started to talk to them. So shall I not indulge with this person, or shall I be away from the app? 11 years gap, Teddy. What do you say?
So the age is not a concern, specifically because they're both consenting adults, but there's a couple of scenarios that I want to play out, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Let's go.
So if he is, because it looks like he's in a university, if he's a teaching person, because sometimes you're just a fellow, you're just doing research,
Right.
he needs to be careful because you don't want to be delving into the pool of future students. That's why I don't open any of my apps when I'm on campus ever. Like,
Yeah, good point.
I'm like,
You
because
got better willpower than me.
yeah, and I mean, you don't want to be in a position where you're just like, oh, I literally like had sex with that guy last week, and now he's in my history theater class. No,
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age, too.
especially in this day and age, because yeah, trust me, you don't want to be in that position.
Yeah.
The scenario where he's just doing research and he doesn't, then what is the problem? It doesn't seem like this kid is really ready for that. The problem is, to me, when you're in your 30s and you're like trying to hook up with somebody in your 20s, these kids don't really know a ton about sex. So like, sex is never as fun. To me, that's my experience. Other people have other experience. I always try to go older because the older guys have like more experience. It's always more fun for me. Just so, to me, it's like the only thing is be careful if you're a teaching fellow, or you teach in any capacity, that you're not delving into the pool of future students, because that will be awkward. Everything else, go for it. They're both consenting adults. You want to have fun in India too. You don't just want to be doing all the work and nothing else.
Especially if you're there for as long as he says he is. I agree. Cody, what do you say? Is this age gap too much, or is the younger one giving him some mixed messages that it's just not worth it?
Yeah, I was checking out, I think it was 20 last night. And yeah, I don't see anything wrong with the age gap. I think that as far as dating is concerned, I personally wouldn't date anybody that young. But if it's just sex, you know what? Get some of that youthful ass or dick or whatever it is, because you only live once, and as long as everybody is a consenting adult, like Teddy said, and over the age of consent, and everything is above board, then you don't want to Austin Wolf out there, girls. Just make sure everything is right.
No, 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 no. Yeah.
Yeah, I
As long as
agree.
all those things are, just go for it.
I agree too. And college sex is a lot of fun during that time. You all are stressed out with courses and your research, and you need to blow off some steam. And
Hmm.
you have that in common. You're both at university, and it's a great time. You're not currently in jobs per se, traditional jobs. And yeah, I say go for it. He's maybe check his ID just to confirm he's 22 and not younger, but yeah, other than that, I say go for it. And yeah, maybe don't get into a relationship with him, but have fun.
Yeah,
All
for sure.
right. Well, so much fun. Lastly, America, like we said, isn't on everyone's favorite list right now. And apparently, Bad Bunny's New World Tour is feeling the same way because he just announced his world tour and people started noticing one place that's left off is the US. I mean, he's starting in Santo Domingo, going to Costa Rica, Mexico, Colombia, Peru, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Australia, Japan, Barcelona, Lisboa, which I love, Madrid, Germany. He's making his way over to Marseille, France, Paris, Sweden, Poland, Italy, and Brussels to round it out. Is that surprising to you, Teddy?
No, because Puerto Ricans we're petty like that. We want to
Yeah,
make a
Aren't
point.
we?
We
I
want to make
love
a
it.
point. Bad Bunny's in a position where he can do whatever the fuck he wants,
Yeah,
and he's at the top of the mountain basically. So um he's doing a residency in the island, which I never seen a residency that huge ever
wow.
in the Coliseum. So, and a bunch of people from the US are coming. And I feel like people are like, do I want to go and stay in the US? No, I'd rather go to Puerto Rico for a couple days and see Bad Bunny.
I
So
think,
I
yeah.
like that he's using his craft to make a point. And I love that he's pointed that way because he's been an ally to a lot of communities. And I like that he's not just using his power for just himself, and he's actually amplifying a lot of people. So snaps for him.
I say major snaps. I think it's brilliant, Cody. I mean, most of these places I've been to and adore or want to go to. I mean, seriously, often when you look at tours in the US, it's like, oh, yeah, don't want to go to that city. I'm not going to name any cities in America right now. But do you think it's a middle finger to the US because it's called his world tour and there's no US stops?
It is definitely a power play. It's for me. It sends a clear signal that he's not aligned with whatever's going on over here right now, and Americans tend to think that America, the United States, is the center of the universe, basically. So him not having any stops in the United States, it sends a message that he has that it's the world is not. There's more to the world than just the United States. That's how I want to put it.
Yeah.
So I think it's brilliant. I think he's fantastic, and I want to go to Puerto Rico now. Let's go, y'all.
Yeah, I want to go
Yeah.
to. I would love to go to Peru or the Costa Rica show, or the Madrid show. I mean, all of them, really. I mean, I kind of want to jump on the tour bandwagon for this tour because sounds exciting, and I think he knows exactly what he's doing. It's brilliant, and I don't know.
Good
I
on
might
you,
have to go see
Benito.
him. Yeah. Oh my gosh, could do this all day. So much fun as always. Teddy, before I give your
Mhm.
handle, you have a show coming up. Do you want to tell anybody about it?
Yeah. So if you're in Orange County, I am doing a full length show, fully produced, called Cracks Listed. It's running
Love it.
the last 2 weekends of May. If you go to my Instagram, you can get the QR code and get tickets for Eventbrite. Um, it's an amazing show of this girl that is just selling some services in Craigslist and get kicked out of
Ooh.
college. And it's really funny
Ooh.
and really
So,
dramatic, and we're having a ton of fun. So let me know
so-
if you want to come. Email me, drop me a DM, and we'll make it happen.
and you can follow him on IG and get that QR code at Teddy Alexis. At Teddy Alexis. It'll be listed on our show notes as well.
Thank
So
you.
I really want to see that. That sounds great. I wish I could. But
Me too.
yeah, break a leg with that for sure.
Thank you.
You can follow Cody on the gram at Mr. Maurice or his Blue Sky account at Mr. Maurice, same handle. Follow me on the gram. I am _Steve V. Go to my X or Blue Sky account at Tags Podcast, where you get a preview of my OnlyFans and Just for Fans. But more importantly, also go to our Tags Patreon community. And like I said, I'm going to be posting behind the scenes of my African trip. It's going to be really good. Go to patreon.com/Tags Podcast. And in the meantime, continue having hot gay
Gay
sex.
sex.
Yes.
Ow!
Yeah.